Right, I think, yeah, we should start right now. Hi, everyone. With us today, we have Siobhan from University of Bath, who will be sharing with you more about applying and studying in the UK as a postgraduate student. So studying in the UK as a postgraduate student has its own perks, so you're here to know that. And also, I'll be sharing with you a little bit on why applying through IDP would make it even better. So over to you, Siobhan.
Lovely, thank you, Sabrina. Yes, hi everyone. My name is Ralph. Again, I'm from the University of Bath. I normally look after our undergraduate students, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions on postgraduate study, and I can put you in contact with my colleagues in the postgraduate teams too, if you do have any sort of further questions that may need a bit more detail. So today, I've just only got about 20 minutes with you, so I'm just going to kind of brush through two kind of main areas of coming to the UK as a postgraduate student. First of all, we'll look at actually the application process, and then I'll talk a little bit about the student life and what you kind of expect when you do come and study here with us. It is important to bear in mind that every university does have a different process when applying as a postgraduate student. You do typically apply directly to the university, and they have different entry requirements, different timelines, and just a different process for the application. I'll kind of be informing you on a Bath point of view, just to give you a bit of an overview. But like I said, it is quite important that you do your own research on each university to just make sure that you're up to date with all the different processes and how things work. And like I said, any questions at all, please let me know. And I do have a booth during this weekend too, so feel free to pop along if you have any questions afterwards as well. So first things first, of course, you do want to be looking at the academic requirements when you do start to do your research on universities in the UK. At Bath, we typically will be looking for an equivalent of a 2-1 or sort of a second class upper degree. If you did study in Singapore. For the UK, this is normally the same, a 2-1 or a 2-2, depending on the course, on the university, and the modules that you studied as well. Again, it does depend on the university. Every university will have a different process and a different application procedure timeline. We typically aim to get back to you within 4 to 6 weeks. So again, do bear in mind that if you have any scholarship deadlines, then you do want to be sticking to that process. And most universities are quite transparent about how long the process takes. So if you do need to apply in time for any scholarship deadlines, just let the university know, and they should be able to help you with the timeline of the application. And again, there are some things that you might want to just think about in terms of qualifications and work experience. Some universities, some courses will have required work experience. Some may have limits on work experience too. So we typically have a limit on the amount of years that you could have been in work for our School of Management courses, and then after this we recommend you apply for an MBA. So again, it's just all about doing your research, finding out which courses suit you, which universities have the best options for you, and going from there. Oh, sorry, let's skip through this. So like I said, just be thinking about doing your own research. There's lots of different courses across the UK, particularly when you think about things like School of Management, in sciences, in engineering. So again, just be thinking about which courses will suit you best, which ones have sort of the most relevant content to you as well. You'll find that there are lots of different specializations at a postgraduate level. So for example, within our School of Management, you can still do a normal, just a general management degree, but then you can go on to do a lot of different specializations too. So if you are thinking that you would like to specialize, then the UK is a great place to do this. There are lots of really specialized courses. So again, it's just about doing your research and just finding out which of these courses is the best one for you. Now, like I said, we all have our different timelines, but just to give you a bit of an idea of how a timeline can typically look when you are applying for a master's degree. Like I said, you will apply directly to the university. For us, this goes through an application tracker, and the apply button is on the course webpage. So you just go straight onto the university website and hit click, and off you go. you can apply. Normally applications will open in September for the following September. Again, some universities will have January intakes, for example, and we only have September intakes. But again, you will find that there'll be a list of deadlines and a list of intakes on the university websites. So again, just be thinking about when you would like to start university, and then be thinking about your timeline from there. Once you apply, we'll look through your application. If we need any more information, then we'll be in touch. And like I said, different universities have a different timeline, but we do aim to get back to you in 4 to 6 weeks, as long as it's all straightforward. And then after that, you will receive an offer if you do receive one, and then you would need to accept that if you would like to. Some universities will also require you to pay a deposit depending on the course. For us, I believe this is mainly within our School of Management, but again, different universities will have a different procedure. From there, once you have accepted your offer, you can then typically look at applying for scholarships within the university. Normally you will receive your offer first and then apply for a scholarship. Of course, some universities will let you do this process together. Here at Bath, we do ask you to have accepted the conditions for your offer, and then we have our first scholarship deadline in January, and then you can apply for housing in the springtime, and this will typically close in the late spring for your housing. So again, just keep an eye on all the deadlines. These are quite similar across the UK, but again, just be thinking about the different universities and what dates you need to be thinking about meeting. Like I said, you'll typically have your final housing deadline for us in June period. We have a final scholarship deadline in July, and then once that's all confirmed, we'll get back to you about any scholarships, about your housing. That will be confirmed in the summer, and then you'll be joining us in late September, ready to start the term, normally last week of September, first week of October. So that's typically how a deadline will look. Applications for courses themselves do typically close in June, but we do recommend that you apply as soon as you can, really, just so you can meet any scholarship deadlines, so you can meet any housing deadlines, and just so it's not too much of a rush for you as well. So just to kind of break that down, in terms of how you actually accept your offer, again, depends on the university, but typically this will be done directly through their own application tracker. You may receive an email saying that you have an update, or you may receive an email saying that you have a place, and then you just need to go in and accept your place, and from then you can then start to be thinking about your housing and your scholarships, visas, and all things like that too. Again, depends on the university, but you must normally accept your offer by a certain deadline. We normally have, again, between 4 to 6 weeks, but again, it does depend on the university. And then from there, we'll ask you to pay a deposit if that is necessary. And then after that, like I said, you can then start thinking about your housing and your scholarships and all things that come next. So again, it's just a good idea to keep an eye on the different universities, find out their own deadlines, and just be sure that you're kind of keeping to those deadlines as well. Now, one last thing I wanted to touch on before we head a bit more into the student life, are sort of the financial side of things. Again, it's really important that you do be thinking about each university and what scholarships that they do offer. You will normally find that there are quite nice big scholarships at postgraduate level. There may be some country specific ones. So again, just all about doing your research there. Here at Bath, we offer 2 scholarships for outside of the School of Management, so the Dean's Award for Academic Excellence and the Global Leaders Scholarship. These are both worth £5,000 in tuition fee reductions. And then we also have the MSc scholarship, again worth £5,000. And then we do also have a couple of other scholarships for the MBA, for example, which is worth between £10,000 to £12,000 too. And we have different deadlines for these, and this will be the same across different universities too. So again, just be thinking about your different deadlines. And then we do currently also have some brand new School of Management scholarships as well. We have the Dean's Award for Ambition. This is 50% off your tuition fee. The MSc Anniversary Scholarship, which is worth £10,000 for certain courses. And you can also, this can be combined with the other MSc scholarships too. So yeah, that is quite a nice scholarship there that you can be thinking about. So again, different universities will have different scholarships, but it's all about doing your research and just finding out which university best suits you for the course, for the specialisation, and for the finances too. And you know, now is a great time to be thinking about doing that as well. So that was just an overview of the application process. Like I said, it's quite hard to sort of speak about it in a general matter because every university will have a different process, but hopefully I gave you a bit of an idea of how the processes generally work. But again, as long as you're doing your research and keeping in mind different criteria, different deadlines, then you should all be good to go. But next, I will just touch upon the actual student experience itself. Now, one thing that you may want to be thinking about is, do you want to have a campus university or a city university? A campus university is like us here at Bath. As you can see, we have a one campus university. This is just a bit of a bird's eye view on it. Here you have your sort of your main teaching buildings in the middle there. We do have some postgraduate housing on campus as well. We have the sports facilities, the arts facilities too. So it is kind of like a little village or a little town. And then just up there in the top right, you can see Bath skyline, which is, well, the city of Bath itself. And that it's about 10-15 minutes away from the main city of Bath. And there you have most of our postgraduate housing, but also lots of different facilities too. So a campus university is a really great way to have that sort of nice student bubble, whilst being quite close to another city, but you may prefer to be based in a city university where you may be a bit more spread out, but you may feel a bit more independent, or you may find, depending on the city, there are a few more facilities, a bit more to do. So again, as part of your research, do be thinking about what kind of environment you do want to live in, and if this would be best suited to a campus or to a city. But do bear in mind that not every campus and not every city are exactly the same. So again, do be doing your research in terms of virtual campus tours, virtual city tours, and if you can come and visit, then I would definitely recommend that as well. Another thing, of course, to be thinking about is postgraduate housing too. Now, it depends on the university, but lots of universities will have postgraduate housing, and if they don't, they will have a postgraduate housing service where they can help you find somewhere in the local area. At Bath, we do guarantee housing to postgraduate students, to overseas postgraduate students, as long as you accept your place at the university and apply by the housing deadline, which is normally sort of in the July period. And your housing contract as a postgraduate student, again, this is quite similar across most universities, all lasts for the entire year, so normally 51 weeks compared to 38 weeks for undergraduate students, as of course a postgraduate degree is normally at least 12 months long. And again, you're already thinking about the different prices, the budgeting, and again, do you want to have that campus feel or that more city feel to you as well? Another thing that you'll find across the UK at our universities is that you will have specific student support. You'll have different kind of forms of support. So you'll have your academic support, and this takes the form of your personal tutor in your department, and you may also have some peer mentors at the postgraduate level too. But we do also have different workshops that include a bit more of a one-to-one guidance, writing in English, writing in essays, and different workshops around that area too, if that is something that you do feel like you may need. You'll also find different welfare support too, which does include things like any mental health or general wellbeing services, and faith support, a medical centre too, and of course we do have our student immigration advice service as well. And then you also have your graduate support too, so in the form of our career service. Again, different universities will offer different kind of postgraduate career support, but it's quite common that you will have contact with the university once you graduate, if you do need that extra career support with you as well. And typically you'll find as well we have a really good alumni network too, so you'll still sort of maintain yourself as part of the university even after you graduate, and like I said, that is quite common across the UK as well. Every university too will also have its own career service as well. This may be specialised to the department or maybe an entire university-based career service, and here you'll have you can find a part-time job whilst you're studying. If you wanted to get an internship or a placement, that is possible too. Some postgraduate degrees now do come with a placement or an internship as part of them, but if you do want to do something in sort of your spare time, then the career support can help you with that too. If you wanted to get involved with any entrepreneurial activities, then again, lots of universities do offer this kind of service and this kind of support too, and they'll also help you with things like your CV, your cover letter, careers fairs, graduate job fairs too. And this, like I said, is pretty much the same across most universities. So we do really like to help you and support you with what you want to do after you graduate. So you just need to take advantage of the career support if that is something that you would like help with. In terms of typical international student support, again, this is very common across UK universities, but you'll find that you'll have the Student Immigration Service, so help you with actually coming to the UK, with coming to your university. If you do want to stay in the UK after your studies, particularly in the form of the post-study work visa, then they can typically help you with that process too. Like I said, you'll have different skill centres, different academic support as well, and each university will also have typically a more specialised welcome week package for international students, which will have sort of airport transfers to let you get to the university more easily. You also may have different networking sessions and different learning sessions, campus tours too, and you also have your Students' Union and the International Students Association, who are there to help and represent you. Postgraduate students do typically have a dedicated postgraduate officer too, to represent your support, to represent your needs to the university, and also provide any advice as well. They can also help you find part-time jobs too, but they do also have a really great social aspect. So if you do want to get involved in a sports club or a society, we have over 140 here at Bath. If you do play a sport and you want to carry that on, then you can do. If you wanted to join a society based around arts, food, drink, religion, culture, then you can do that as well. And again, every university will have its own sort of selection of sports clubs and of societies, but you'll typically find very similar ones. So if you do want to get involved, it's again a really great way to meet new people, to make new friends, and just help you settle in a bit more into the university life as well. And then just finishing up then, like I said, if you do want to get involved in any sports, it's a really great way to try things out. You'll find that different universities have different sports facilities, so if that is something that is quite important to you, then do make sure that you're doing your research and just finding out if those facilities do meet your needs. So before I finish up, just to talk you through some things that we currently have going on, we do have a current Masters webinar series, and we are a bit of a way through it now, but if you are thinking that you'd like to apply for this year, or even just thinking very early about next year as well, then we do have a couple of webinars coming up, which you can find on our web pages. And again, very similar, most UK universities will have these going on. And now is also the time for postgraduate open days too, and these normally do take the form of a virtual open day as well. So again, if you are thinking of coming this year or next year, now is a great time to start doing your research, and you can get in contact with universities and talk to the academics and just find out a bit more about the student life as a whole. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that was useful for you. If you do have any particular questions, then do feel free to come and have a chat with me. And if there is anything in particular, like I said, I'm more happy to sort of link you up with my colleagues in the postgraduate team. But anything more general, then yeah, please do feel free to come and have a chat. And yeah, very best of luck with your applications too.
Thank you, Siobhan, for the presentation. I hope you guys are able to understand better about studying in the UK as a postgraduate student. And as Siobhan have already shared, and also I've included the link. If you wish to meet her personally later for a one-to-one, you can also meet her in her lounge. We have also indicated the link over there for the lounge as well as the university booth. Right, before we end the session, I also like to share with you a few more slides on how applying with IDP will make it easier for you. Let me just share with you. 1 second. Right. So let me just share with you over here. So recently, in IDP, we have introduced the IDP Fast Link. So what is that? Let me just, basically, as a student, I think what you would like to have ideally is to get a reply from your dream university as soon as possible, because the wait is the most anxious moment, right? So I think right now we have teamed up with the world top university and to make applying for university much easier and faster, so that you'll be able to receive an offer in principle from the university in less than 24 hours. All you have to do is to have it handy with you, which is your past academic scores, because you would have to submit your past academic scores when you're doing the application on the app. So we have just started this Fast Lane services. Of course, we are starting off only with the postgraduate, and then gradually we'll be moving on to the undergraduate as well. And we are getting the university in by batches, so not all the universities are in yet. Give us some time. So while you can apply some through the Fast Lane, some would be via a normal application, but still we will be expediting it for you. So why would you want to go through IDP Fast Lane? Basically, you'll be able to know your eligibility in just 15 minutes, okay? And you are able to check on your chances before you even apply. So all you have to do is that you have to go to the app, which you can download in your phone. If you have any issue with that, please approach any of our counselors. Because apart from the FAS, we are available from 10:30 to 5:30 in our virtual counseling room. So you can actually approach us there, and the link is available in our website as well, and they will assist you accordingly. And how do you use the Fast Lane services? You can actually use it in 3 easy steps. So one is to update your academic profile, like which subject you majors in and everything. And then 2, you'll be able to view courses which is best suitable for you. And then you can choose to, so let's say if you want a Master's of Accounting, you can actually view the courses. And then if you want to proceed, you go towards apply, and then get decision, and then you apply. So that's how you can process it. And 3, yeah, that's it. Once you have applied, straight away you'll get a decision in within minutes. So that is only for universities whom we have already who have went live with us, and while getting the rest to come in. So if you're not able to get those universities which you want to via Fast Lane, definitely we can still process it for you on a normal physical way, which we have always done. So this is just to introduce to you, and if you have any more questions about this, please feel free to check it with our counselors, right? So that's about all from my side. Thank you, Sioban. And I think you'll have many more exciting webinars coming up throughout the day. So enjoy the session. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you.